Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam. Welcome back to the Horror Movie Iceberg podcast. Russell and I are back. We are continuing our deep dive into the VHS franchise. We are on VHS 2, and Russell, I warned you it was getting crazy, and I forgot until I was like preparing for this show. I'm like, oh, this one's here. Oh, this one. Oh man, I can't wait for Russell's reaction to this.
Oh boy, yeah, yeah, we did it. That's a thing. So yeah, we'll talk about it. Looking forward to unpacking all this, and yeah,
Well, if you like the video, like and subscribe. If you're listening on audio, we'd appreciate some stars there. That would be greatly appreciated there. But let's get into it. This is VHS 2. This was released in 2013, and it sees the return of Adam Wingard coming back from the first one. He's the only one returning. But the other ones are new directors, and some of them have gone on to do great things. So let's just get straight into it. And if you missed the first VHS one, not ranking, but we're breaking the movie down by the wraparound segment and then each segment. So we're doing the wraparound first and then segment by segment. So let's kick off taking a look at the wraparound, which is Tape 49, directed by Simon Barrett. So I did forget, I forgot about this one until I was like, oh, this one is in here too. So Russell, what did you think just of the wraparound overall?
wraparound wasn't bad. I mean, it kind of got cheesy at parts near the end, obviously. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, it was fun. Yeah,
As these movies go on, the wraparound tends to get more symbolic rather than tying it back to we're looking for tapes, guys.
yeah,
So gotta get that context in mind. This is not my
okay,
favorite wraparound, but it does get the job done, especially where it eventually leads and just oh geez. Like I won't spoil anything, but it gets pretty vicious. But let's get into the first segment. This is the return of Adam Wingard at Phase 1 clinical trials. So, yeah, this was the one where I was like, thinking about, like, what was this one? I'm like, oh, this is the I one. So, Russell, what did you think?
Instantly thought Terminator with when he got the eye implant in. But overall, I liked this one. I thought the story moved at a brisk pace. And I like the whole he sees things, like sees like I guess not dead people, but like he sees people. He sees like a little girl. He sees. I mean, I like that. I like how this kind of like moves. Like this moves at a brisk pace. Like I like the way that this one's set up. Yeah.
Yeah, and by it starts out like, okay, he's got a new eye, he's trying it out, and he just sees
Yeah.
glitches. It
Yeah.
starts off pretty slow, but by the end, it picks up and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he meets a female that saw him leave the clinic, and she was deaf, and she had like a cochlear implants or a surgery or whatever, and she could actually hear people. She could hear the people. So like they're almost like it's almost like the dynamic duo. Really, she can hear and he can see them. So I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that whole idea was kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think this is my overall favorite, but it's the one I think has like the coolest overall concept going in, so I think it has that going for it.
This is my favorite one out of the four.
Oh, this one? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I like this one the best just because of the fact that the storyline. I like it. Felt more. It didn't feel as rushed like these other ones, and then we'll talk about. I think we'll probably have the same least favorite out of all of them. But yeah, I think this story to me was just out of the four. Obviously minus the wraparound. Out of the 4 stories, I think this was the most intriguing.
Hmm. Well, moving on now to A Ride in the Park, which sees the return of a horror legend, Eduardo Sanchez, director of the Blair Witch Project. Yes, that one. Check out our Blair Witch Project episode. We did that, Book of Shadows and Blair Witch 2016. So that was fun, sarcasm. But Eduardo Sanchez and Greg Hale, who is primarily known as the producer of the Blair Witch Project. Daniel Myrick was not a part of this one, but to the shock of many, it's one that takes place in the woods.
What?
Sanchez went back to his roots on this one, but this is the one I was most interested to hear about from you. So, what did you think?
Okay, so this one is my next to last out of the rankings of them. I would put this one, and then we'll talk obviously about it. Oh man, I like the way it's set up. I like it. I like the beginning of it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay, so he's like a biker. He puts his like GoPro on. I said, oh, this is gonna be cool. Okay, I like this. And then he's going through the woods. He's riding his bike real aggressively, and then finds a lady. Finds a girl in like duress, screaming, and then all of a sudden, you obviously kind of know once she starts throwing up. Okay, I see where we're going with this, and then in the background, you kind of see somebody, and I'm like, okay, so I know we're going zombies on this one. I kind of figured that one out. I just think it just happens so fast. Like he's riding his bike, boom, he tries to make sure she's okay, and then boom, he's turned, and all of a sudden, zombies. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. To me, I just felt like it was a lot like it just kind of rushed you into the environment. Whereas the first story kind of like it made sense to me. You know what I mean?
It is a scary prospect, though. The idea of you're just riding in the park, you're like,
oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, zombies. That's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, and then like that, I do like how when he's turned, like it's like almost first person. It's like a video game almost. You're playing a video game. I did like that. I like how they're crashing the kid's birthday party. I thought that was fun. I thought that was funny. No, I mean, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But out of the stories, like I said, that first one was the one from the gate. I enjoyed it, and there was nothing that could hold a candle to it. I was really hoping that the next segment we're talking about, could go, but then we just really went hard left. It was just like, what? So yeah.
But let's move on now to probably the most notorious segment of this movie, Safe Haven, directed by Timo Giganto. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry in advance. And Gareth Evans. And if that name sounds at all familiar to you, Russell, or anyone else, this is the same Gareth Evans who directed The Raid and The Raid 2. Yes, okay. That Gareth Evans.
Which I never saw.
I have not seen it either, but I have heard.
I've heard
amazing things about it. This is my favorite segment of overall, and because it is the scariest one to me. It deals with a cult. It deals with. It's a cult of the Koresh variety. If you know, you know.
100%.
Koresh or Jones, either one fits here. But if you're into cult stuff, this is definitely for you.
Yeah, this is my second favorite out of the 4. No, I love the vibe. I really do. I like the whole cult aspect of things. I definitely got Jones vibes for sure. Also, what was the other one? It was in Colorado, not Colorado. It was the one where they were trying to jump onto the comet or whatever. It was, they all committed suicide. Heaven's Gate, yeah. It kind of just reminded me of that, just how like in control like this guy was of everybody, even the kids, which was kind of like that had like Epstein vibes too, with all that kind of stuff. Yeah. With like just with everything with current events, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, for sure. I mean, this was, like I said, I was on board for a while, and then I just think near the end, man, I just we just make a really hard left. And then it's crazy that the dude's girlfriend or fiance or whatever is pregnant, but it's not his. Like, crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it's just it's really crazy. And I even have like just like with the underground, like it reminded me of kind of like there was like shades of Hostel in there a little bit too. Not like just like little vibes I got here and there. But yeah, no, this is definitely, like you said, it's scary. It's super intense. Out of the four, I think this is the most intense because this stuff can, well, the majority of this stuff can happen. You know,
Unfortunately, yes.
yeah.
And
So
of like this is the one that affect like I said, it's the scariest for me. It affects me the most. There are a couple shots where I'm just like, I need to take a walk. Like this like the scene where they all like that
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they're all in the, yeah.
and then the leader of the cult just explodes like it is fulfilled. Just
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not see that coming.
no.
Yeah, a lot of, yeah, the mass suicide stuff's crazy. It's in your face. Yeah, it's definitely haunting. Definitely, it singes its way into your head for sure. But like I said, this to me was the second best of the four for sure. It definitely commands your attention. You definitely get that cult esque vibe. You feel it. It's very unnerving. You could even throw, oh, you could even throw like, felt like the cult esque like Suspiria. Like you could put anything in there. It felt super unnerving at times. It's just it's crazy. Yeah, and this stuff happens. Like it's really crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to wrap things up, our last segment is called Slumber Party Alien Abduction, which was directed by Jason Eisner, who, as a big wrestling fan, Jason Eisner, along with his directing partner Evan Husney, created a show called Dark Side of the Ring, which is just a fantastic show. Everyone should check it out, even if you're not a wrestling fan. It's really great stuff. But this is one of the only two VHS segments to have gotten full-fledged movies out of it. Kids versus Aliens from 2022, excuse me. I remember this was here, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't think Russell's gonna like this one too much. And from your expression, I don't
Uh,
think you did.
No, this is my least favorite. Again, we had promise. I was excited. I liked the whole idea, and then with the whole dog thing, you lose me there with any cruelty to animals
Yeah,
like that. I'm done. But no, but I'm not. My wife, she is all about like if there's any animal scenes where there's like anything sketchy, like she watched Send Help. And that
oh,
boar scene, yeah, I totally forgot. She goes, "Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "I didn't even think to tell you." And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, "Oh my god, this probably traumatized my wife." But she's all, yeah, she's super like she is super like out like she couldn't take any of this. To me, it was just like I don't know, just boring. I was looking forward to see what was going on. Like these kids are pranking the older kids. Okay, this is cool, and then we just aliens like I don't know, man. It just this took a hard left too. I just and I know I have to be more in the mindset, like obviously we talked about in the first show. It's one of those things where you just have to really get into it, you know what I mean? And I'm getting my feet wet with this VHS franchise, but like to me, I don't know, this was the one I could do without. I definitely could do without this one.
yeah, I agree. This is
Yeah.
my least favorite as well. However, what I will say is that I think the ending is actually it's scary to me anyway because these kids get beamed up into
Yeah.
their ship. That's the best part. That makes it almost worth it.
Yeah,
Like
no, I
almost
get it.
being it's barely like on the cusp of is this my least favorite or a ride through the park? I'm not sure. And ultimately it's this one, but I just like that ending when I first saw it I'm like they literally got beamed up. That is insane.
Yeah,
Like that's insane to me.
that part's cool. I like that. I had like, and I have like Y2K vibes. I don't know why. I don't know why, because it's about technology like coming to life and stuff like that. So it was really weird. But I just had Y2K vibes with this. Um, but I did like this okay. Like I said, it was just one of the ones where I just couldn't get on board. I do like echo what you said. I do like the whole idea that he gets beamed up at the end. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, and I'm thinking that the dog's going to be okay. I'm hoping. Um, but it was like you just hear him whimpering, and then that kind of just ends it right there. So it was definitely, yeah, definitely the weakest. So I'm glad we agree on that.
Yes. Overall, though, as a package deal, I'm going to give this an amazing grade. This is, I think, my favorite VHS. I haven't seen the more recent ones like 99 and 94 in a hot minute. I'm going to have to really rewatch those because VHS 2, I remember pretty well. My recall on that's good, so I can do that. But I think this is overall my favorite one of these movies. It has the safe haven segment, which wow, and then just every other segment is at least good for me. Like I get why someone wouldn't like Slumber Party Alien Abduction. It's not the best, but the ending's great. I just find stuff to like in all of these segments. And I think overall it is my favorite. When I rewatch 99 and 94 and 85, I might change my mind on that, but that's where I sit right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that VHS two as an overall package, I think it's better than the first one. So I'm right with you in rankings right now with the VHS two as my first favorite, and then VHS the OG at number two. And minus, I think our segments like your first favorite's my second favorite. I think my first favorite's your second favorite. So I think we just kind of swapped there, and I think we'll both agree that that bike one is number three, and then the slumber party's the least favorite for me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then upon reflection, my second favorite VHS is VHS Halloween, but I look forward to when we both get to that because that one's really good. I But we'll get to that when we get to that. But I pass it off to all of you. What did you think of VHS 2? What is your favorite segment? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to read what you have to say. And Russell, it's great to talk with you about this as always. I'm I'm enjoying seeing your reactions to all of these movies, and you seem to be digging them for the most part. VHS Viral, I don't know, but we'll get to that in a couple weeks' time. But tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, Notorious by Chance is the Facebook group. That's where we put the polls up. We just closed our poll. Just to kind of double dip with what we're talking about, Rob Reiner. We put a Rob Reiner poll up. Misery won handedly against it was that and Stand By Me. Misery won, so we're going to be recording that. Our last episode on the MCU, celebration up to Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday is out. Iron Man 2 is out now, so check that one out as well. And you guys can find us on the YouTube, Notorious by Chance.
Yep, all the links down below. Subscribe to them over there. As far as this channel goes, next week we will be returning to the realm of Rob Reiner, and we will be taking a look at one of the greatest of all time, The Princess Bride. And I'm so looking forward to that. And then 2 weeks later, we will return to VHS for VHS Viral, which is seen as the worst of these movies. But it's the one that pretty much confined them to Shudder for better and for worse. Better in terms of quality, but worse in terms of exposure. But we'll get to that in 2 weeks' time. But for Russell, my name is Ryan Cam. We will see you all in the next one. Y'all take care.